Zeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Sword. In the last episode, we finished up the base game's post-game, and Swordbird and Shieldbert went to jail, sort of, I guess. And this episode, this Wooloo is glowing incredibly brightly. Dodo. Anyways, where's the train station in this town? Is this a train station? No, that's like a clothing shop. Here's a train station, okay. We need to go from this train station specifically in order to get to where I want to go. Where'd I like to go today? The Crown Tundra station, of course. It's time to do the DLC. The second batch of DLC, in fact. Choo-choo! We're on our way. Welcome to the Crown Tundra. It's very snowy here. Oh, hello. You just betrayed Sonia. Shouldn't you be arrested? Or is that just one of many twin sisters? You're also equally nameless, so... Crown Tundra Pokédex. Yay. I won't be doing that. What do you have to say? Very cold here, apparently. What can I buy at the Pokémon? Nothing super useful. Okay. Moving on. We exit. And we are not dressed for this climate. But we're also a fictional character, so it doesn't matter. We can look as cool as we want to. And being cool in the flesh, we don't have to worry about frostbite. Come on, Dad. Lay off and quit following me already. Hello. We've wandered into family drama. I'm gonna go on a Dynamax adventure in the Max Lair, and I don't need you breathing down my neck. I'm here to battle loads and loads of rare Dynamax Pokemon. Thank you for shouting out the core theme of this DLC. Gahaha, don't you fret. I know somewhere way more fun than that musty old place. Get ready for loads of quality time with the coolest dad ever. What a generous and totally unwanted offer. Afraid I gotta say no thanks. Well, okay. And if we try to leave... Excuse me, hello, lend a fellow trainer a hand, would you? We're not allowed. We have to get involved. Come on, Nia, be reasonable. Or get ready to be ultra-mega embarrassed as I unleash the noble roar of Dad. Yeah, I'll take a hard pass on that, thanks. Excuse me, hello, yes, you the girl over there. My dad is as stubborn as steel and he won't leave me alone. Back me up, would you? Sure. Brilliant. Have a great time with this geezer, then. Now, hold on, lass. Can't say I approve of you butting in blindly, but if I just give you a trounce, and this young lady here ought to see reason. The name's Peony. Brace yourself, I'm pretty ferocious in battle. Meet Peony. He's got a Caparajah. Elephant. Yeah, aren't you a brave one, picking a fight with an one-time gym leader? So his team is themed around Steel type. He is also... Remember how the Isle of Armor was like, sort of like, vaguely level adjacent, in a sense? Where, like, when I was doing it, there was a bunch of... The teams were, like, level 17 to level 20-ish, basically, when we were fighting them. The way the Isle of Armor works is that the Pokemon in the Isle of Armor if you haven't done the Darkest Day and Eternatus stuff, then they will be as weak as they were in the Let's Play. If you have done the Darkest Day, then they will be around level 60 to level 70-ish. So, basically, it's, like, really rudimentary, but it is kind of vaguely based on where you are in the story of the game. Crown Tundra doesn't work like that. Crown Tundra just has this fucking fight against Peony, and it's level 70 no matter what you do. So that's why I waited until now to come here. You don't have to win this fight. It is technically optional whether you win or lose, but I want to win. I don't want to just come in here and lose immediately like some sort of speedrunner, which is a way that the... Oh, you only have 2 Pokemon, okay. Guess it's not my place to be bragging. Well, my point is basically, like, you can ignore things in here, but, like, basically, this is level scaled to be something you do at the end of the game. Thus, I'm doing it here and now at the end of the game. Anyways, Nia took off. My darling daughter's disappeared! Where have you gone, my sweet Nia? Are you sure sweet is the right word? Of course, my Nia's the sweetest, darlingest daughter a dad could ask for. I brought her out here so we could have a proper father-daughter trip. First one in ages. And now that we've got here, she grabs the first trainer she finds, makes him a decoy, and legs it. That's my dear Nia for you. That's just her backward way of showing her papa she loves him. Is it? That's the type of girl she is. Ultra mega charming, isn't it? Still, without her, I can't start this adventure of legendary spots I've planned for us. She mentioned wanting to have a gander at some place called the Max Lair, didn't she? Sounds to me like she wants good old Papa to chase after her. Well, she needn't worry. I'm not one for wasting time. Which means it's time I gotta move on. Cheers for a fine battle. I'll be seeing you then, lass. Take care of those strong Pokemon of yours. Okay. So yeah. That fight doesn't matter if you win or lose. Anyways, I'm gonna catch a Cryogonal real quick. I don't need a Cryogonal for my living decks, but I do need a Cryogonal for other reasons. Find out later. Ah, you got Levitate. Well, good job, Nardole. Okay. Well, we know it's using Solar Beam, so I guess I'll just use Ace. Crab Apple probably won't kill it. I'd be surprised if it did, at least. Okay, I'm surprised. Okay, well, luckily there's more than one of them, these things here. Okay, this time let's use Electro Ball. Okay, that did not do that much at all. Let's try Headbutt then. Okay, much better. Why do these Cryogonal, like, really love using Solar Beam? I don't know. Alright, hiya! Oh, okay. I'm higher level than you. You can't sheer cold me. Oh, come on! I feel like I'm pretty soon gonna need to try and change up some of my moveset a little bit. Because I think I need a couple things to make catching Pokemon easier, and I'm going to need to be catching a bunch of Pokemon now. There's much less in the ways of, like, actual battles now. Most of the things I'm going to be doing for the rest of everything is just catching stuff. Why are you not even shaking once? That's genuinely shocking to me. Alright, fine. I'll hit you with a couple more of the fucking Electro Balls. How many turns has it been? I've used 4 balls, I've hit it 3 times. I think timer balls are more effective at this point. So I think they gain maximum effectiveness around turn 10. Yeah, there we go, okay. You just didn't want to be in an Ultra Ball. Fine. Okay, we got a Cryogonal. A little more effort than I really needed, but sure, fine. Sure. We'll come back to that guy later. Alright, moving on. Let's get some Watts. No, I don't need you. Found a hard stone. And an experience candy M. The M is for delicious. Hey, an Ultra Ball. And another hard stone. Hey look, it's an Amara. I thought those things were extinct, and yet here they are. Jar of odd incense. And a star piece. Alright, so... Oh. We walked forward enough. And over there is Peony. This must be the Max Lair that Nia was talking about, which means my darling daughter is in there right now having a giggle with some rare Dynamax Pokemon. It's you again. Well, kid, maybe you ought to come as well. Just you hold on, Nia, my dear. Here comes Papa! Peony is a fun character. He's an idiot, but well-meaning. And so he's just kind of, like, endearing in that regard. I think a part of me also just kind of appreciates the idea of a parent who's, like, whose biggest flaw is that he cares too much and is overbearing. I don't know. A super potion. Nothing over here but a Snom. We found Cosmic Power. Alright, let's go show off Dynamax Adventures. This is one of the, probably the biggest things in the DLC for Sword. And I've had it cited as the only reason why some people even like this game at all, period. Which is just kind of, like, wild to me. My precious daughter's in there, and I'm going in after her. But what? I'm here to have an adventure, and I want to kick it off right now. I simply can't allow it. Grr. Here you are. So you come after all. Nothing's alright, and everything's the matter. This ultra-mega numpty of a scientist insists on getting in my way. I beg your pardon, sir. If you'd be so good as to simply listen, I could let you through. Dynamax adventures are quite fraught with peril, and I'm afraid, and I've got no patience for standing here listening to you rattle off the fine print. We're just going round in circles. You seem to know this gentleman. Would you simply listen to my explanation? Then I could allow the two of you to enter as a pair. Okay. What do you have to say? Explain Dynamax Adventures to me. The Max Lair is a labyrinthian underground cavern where rare Pokemon dwell, the likes of which are not normally found in the Galar region. Form a team of 4 trainers set off to explore the mysterious Max Lair. See if you can find the legendary Pokemon said to await you in the deepest part of this unusual den. You must borrow a single Pokemon to accompany you. Get started by having each trainer select a Pokemon on their adventure. As you explore this den, you'll come to branches in your path. Decide as a team which way to go. When you come across a Dynamax Pokemon, it'll be time for a Max Raid battle. Catch the Pokemon, you can swap it with the one you have if you think it'll help you press on into the depths of the den. To avoid the risk of Galar particle overexposure, which can cause your own dear Pokemon to lose control, we have prepared Pokemon for you that are resistant to particles' effects. You're saying you don't want Galar losing control so the Pokemon rent some particles, and we might see a rare overexposure. That was stunningly incorrect, sir. This is a dangerous place. Please make sure you have a firm grasp of the rules. And he just runs in anyway. He is a doofus. He looks so much like Chairman Rose, but his attitude doesn't match the Chairman's at all. Apparently that's supposed to indicate that they're related. I Sableye. Sablish! I agree. I have 1 Dynite ore, and I can get these things for it. Okay. Do come again. So this is Dynamax Adventure. It's a thing that works online, but I'm not going to be doing it online, obviously. So, you can borrow 1 Pokemon to take with you. I guess Quagsire? Speed Boost Blaziken? Damn, I wish I had that. Now you basically get to keep 1 Pokemon from your entire adventure. That can be what you start with, and that can be what you end with. You get to swap them out at any point. It's basically like a mini roguelike thing. So you can go on whichever direction you want to. There are people to encounter on your way. I'm gonna go the ground type way. Looks like the other direction would have been a Mr. Mime, and this way is something I couldn't make out from the silhouette. So now I get 3 random Pokemon. Oh, it's Mudsdale. And so these are basically just regular old Dynamax battles, these ones. So, like usual Max battles, I don't really have a whole ton to say. I feel like my dislike towards the raid battles mostly comes from, like, the really high-powered raid ones. Because, like, the only other one I showed was, like, what, a 2-star raid? Maybe 3? Like, the ones that suck are the ones that are, like, 4 or 5 stars, where it's, like, you can't rely on, like, the random AI or anything. Although I think the AI during these ones, in Dynamax Adventures, is a little better than the ones outside of this. I just don't like the ones that are, like, you really, the only way to get through it is basically by, like, pre-planning in advance and, like, knowing in advance and having all 4 people being on the same side. It's, like, on the same page and, like, really paying attention. And I don't know, there's a certain element of, like, trying too hard that just makes other raid battles, like, just feel annoying and unnecessary to do, I guess. But really, I think the biggest problem with raid battles in general doesn't come from this game, it comes from the next game, so I think, to that extent, Scarlet and Violet kind of soured my experience of these things. But then again, I also haven't been trying any of them, so maybe that's why I'm kind of feeling a little more lenient, because I'm not experiencing, like, the worst of the worst in this situation right now. We're just killing the Mudsdale. Mudsdale's weak, throw a Pokeball. I don't know if these ones are easy to catch or not. Because people still act like these catches work no matter what. But maybe they were talking about the Dynamax Adventures ones and not the ones outside of the raid battles? I don't know. I caught that thing in a Pokeball, so it's like, whatever. Do I want this thing? Or will I keep Quagsire? I think I'm gonna keep Quagsire. You killed Blaziken for this! Now we can go to one of these things, and I'm gonna go to the ground one again. Everyone talked it out, and the group decided to take this path. You encountered a scientist. He's a rental Pokemon you could swap out. That person really is unhappy with the Pokemon that they've been getting. So this is basically what Dynamax Adventures is. It's basically roguelite, in a sense, where you just have a series of battles, and you and friends can go on an adventure that way. Maybe it's better with friends, but to me it just is like boring. Forgot the Dynamax, but whatever. Like, I don't want to feel super negative, and like, there is like validity to this. I just personally don't care for these raid battles myself, so it's like, my sentiment is like, I'm uninterested in like doing a bunch of them in a row just to get legendary Pokemon, because that's the point of this all, is to get legendary Pokemon at the end of the route. And it will be a random legendary Pokemon at the end, and I think there's high chances for shinies. I don't know. So like, there's a vibe of like, people enjoy the hunt, people enjoy playing it with other people, which I think is fine enough, fair enough. But to me, it's just like, I don't know. It's just a lot of steps. A lot of steps. And it's still probably better than fucking like Ultra Space Wormhole shenanigans from the previous game, but it's just a lot of steps to get legendary Pokemon. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I think it's entirely possible that the very first one that you encounter, the first legendary that you encounter at the end of this, is gonna be the same every time. I am not gonna catch it. Let's go to the Fire-type one. And Arthur gets Hitmontop. Well, it's Water-type, so that the Water-type legendary vibe definitely makes it feel like it's probably going to be the same one as the same default one that I got when I quickly ran through some of this earlier in a previous save file. Let's use Max Geyser because I think that'll make it start to rain. And that will eliminate the drought. I wish I could skip these cutscenes. I'm out of things to say. Yep. It's really annoying how they can't, like, do that in just, like, a big group of, like, everyone's attack. Well, all of the allies attack rows and defense rows. Instead, they have to be like, oh, no. Everyone individually had this go up, and that go up, and this go up, and that go up. It's like, come on. This is the best you can do, really? Be efficient. Respect players' times. Yargle, blargle, flargle. Blargle. Drown the Torkoal. Burning jealousy hurts everybody. Apparently. Yay, it's dead. Throw a Pokeball now. No, thank you. I will stick with Quagsire. Encountered a backpacker. What item would I like? Muscle band, I guess? Sure. And... is it gonna be Suicune? It's Suicune. Okay, so... 2 times I've done this, and 2 times it's Suicune. So I think Suicune is just the default basic, like, when you do this the first time, you get a Suicune. So, cool. We're gonna get a Suicune. Let's start with a Toxic. It's funny that we're like, the plot is to like do this, but we don't even run into Peony or anyone until afterwards. Oh, avoid the attack. Awesome. Cool. Use Max Strike on Sharpedo. That did not do that much damage for supposedly being super effective. There we go, now you're toxic. Okay, you can start hitting it now. Guess I'll try a Focus Blast. Oh god damn it, that just deleted the Toxic to begin with. Cool, so that was a wasted 2 turns of mine. Awesome. Why are none of you guys attacking this thing? You're using Smokescreen, restoring HP. That's the most amount of damage I can do. Fucking do something with your goddamn Torkoal! It has other moves! Oh goody, I can Dynamax now. None of you fuckwits are going to be doing anything useful. I guess I better try with the Quagsire. I think it's really dumb that, like, the raid battles can just delete their status conditions. Like, I understand deleting stats, like, doing that, but, like, it doesn't even mention anything about, like, status conditions in that. It just... It's like, oh, it nullified the stat changes, but then it gets rid of, like, paralysis or poison or whatnot. It's just like, why even give us moves like that? Why even allow them to work on things like that if you just have the ability to, like, delete them? Would you use Giga Drain on it again? Did it not do any damage? I didn't see the health bar go down. Idiot Butterfree. Oh, we're halfway through the fight. Cool. I think that's halfway at least. So there's 5 more turns, and I've done that little amount of damage. Max Knuckle literally did nothing, so I'll try this, I guess. Would you fucking do anything?! Oh my god, this is why the AI is horrible. I'm not even gonna get this fucking Suicune. I'm not gonna get it because I'm not gonna be able to kill it in time. Because of course these things have time limits. I did no damage again! What the fuck? I did more damage when I wasn't Dynamaxed somehow. Well, the Butterfree's back now, I guess. Just gonna do another Max Geyser, I guess. Maybe now with the rain it'll do, like, any amount of damage at all. Do fucking anything other than heal the goddamn, like, 10 damage to the Sharpedo! You know what, I actually did a little bit of damage. Incredible. Amazing. Oh my god, you did something other than fucking Smokescreen. Incredible. Probably because you ran out of Smokescreen PP. Because of the pressure. Why do they do nothing but put on statuses? I know I just did Toxic, but I literally can't do anything else with this fucking Quagsire moveset. Oh, now I'm dead. Cool. Can I just, like, give up? I don't care anymore. I don't need a fucking Suicune anyway, but I have to do this for the goddamn story. And all my AI partners are fucking ridiculously awful and stupid. And wasted half of this thing, and because I was so focused on, like, being able to... Because all the Pokemon I was getting weren't really that great anyway. Can I run? No? Okay. The Pokemon I was getting weren't great anyway. So it was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'll just keep the Quagsire, because the Quagsire is working. But these AI don't understand how to fight at all. And I don't think Confusion works, because it's been confused for several turns. Cool, now the Butterfree basically killed itself. Because it was like, hey, fight me. Instead of doing, I don't know, anything. Oh look, and it gets 2 turns in a row because it can just do that for some fucking reason. Yeah, max rate battles are fucking stupid. Yep, and it's over. All that for fucking nothing. What a fucking waste of time! Choose the one Pokemon you'd like to keep. I guess I'll keep Mudsdale because I can't keep the Quagsire. I don't really want the Mudsdale, but I have no other choice. This game's stupid. Dynamax adventures are stupid. Dynamaxes in general are stupid. It's just like... Because you can't even, like... You can't predict it. So it's just like, whatever. And, like, the movesets of all the AI teams are awful. And then because of the time limit, it's like, what the fuck ever. None of them did anything worth a damn. The one thing I could do was Toxic, which the Pokemon just deletes because it can. It attacks 3 times in a row because it can. It's fucking stupid. So I'm sorry, if you like it, you're also... No, that's going too far. I shouldn't give in to stupid mindsets like that. But the Dynamax adventure idea is dumb. Like, could I have chosen a better Pokemon? Sure, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I should not have had to. There were 4 people there, and none of them were doing a goddamn thing! None of them were doing anything! The Butterfree attacked 1 time! The Torkoal attacked twice! The Sharpedo was the only one putting in any goddamn effort, and half of its attacks were also Swaggers! Which, once again, did fucking nothing except boost the Suicune's stats! Because it never got confused and then kept deleting all the negativity around it. It got toxic and then deleted it from existence because it fucking can. I don't know why they decided to allow the Pokemon to do that. They just do, and it's fucking stupid. And that is why they're stupid. And that's why I don't do these things. And they only work if you have an entire group of people who are intelligent. That's the only reason they work. But then forcing you to do them on a single player thing is just stupid, and I don't care, and I don't care about you, Peonia. I don't care. I'm just getting in a bad mood. I'm not in a good mood today. I thought playing a game might make things go by better, but no, instead it just throws stupid shit at me, and I don't care. I don't even need a Suicune. I'm more annoyed at the principle of the matter, at it wasting my time. That took like 30 minutes, and I got nothing out of it. And I'm frustrated, and the game is just showing me a dead guy now, and I don't care. Let me just get this over with so I can move on. What's wrong with you? You tripped on a rock. Cool. Adventure aren't to be taken lightly. Behind some rocks. Whatever. This is an exaggerated anger thing, but it's not, I'm just not in a good mood today. Everything has been going wrong. I was just trying to have like a bit of like a good positive, like, let's just play some games and have some fun at the end of the day. It's fucking, I shouldn't have done a recording today, is how I'm feeling at the end of this. It's late, I'm tired, I'm unappreciated, and then the game just gives me a middle finger with shitty AI and stupid mechanics, and whatever, let's just get to the village that he wants to meet us at, and move on with the fucking story and end the episode. Whatever, that's the worst part of Crown Tundra. It's Dynamax Adventures, and its stupidity as a single-player experience that it forces you through and wastes your time with. The rest of the Crown Tundra is fine. Because I like the environment here. The area is fine. I think, honestly, like, the design of Isle Armor and Crown Tundra in a general sense of, like, the environments that you explore is honestly the peak 3D Pokemon, in my opinion. Like, Scarlet and Violet is a severe downgrade from this. Because, like, the areas are just, like, enjoyable to explore. Hello, it's the mayor. He wants to learn about the legend of the King of Bountiful Harvests. There's very little otherwise to attract visitors here. People come all the way to investigate what turns out to be a fairy tale, but since you made the journey, I must offer you this freezing specialty as a memento. It's the boat neck sweatshirt. The shirt emblazoned with the likeness of the King of Bountiful Harvests. Afraid it hasn't sold quite as well as we'd hoped. We got a fair number left over. The illustration is based on an extremely ancient account of the king's appearance, hence the unusually sized head, but we thought it might make the design a touch more hip. Look at the statue over by the field in the center of the village. While you're here in the Crown Tundra, feel free to let your lead Pokemon out of its ball and take it for a stroll. Farewell for now. And there's Peony waving me over. Over here, Ulti. I'm just not in a good mood. Statue of Pokemon, but it feels as if something's missing. Let's just move on with this. Here you are. This pokey little place will be our lodgings. Because now I'm your substitute daughter. That was like basically the dialogue that I skipped through. He's like, oh, Nia doesn't want to do adventure-y stuff with me. How about you do them with me instead and we can show you what she's missing out on? Or, like, she'll see us having so much fun that she'll join in with us. Spoiler alert, she doesn't join in with us. But that's basically his logic and why we're doing the legendary Adventure. Around here they got a fair few strange and mysterious legends. For example, a huge-headed Pokemon known as the King of Bountiful Harvest. Not to mention, a massive red tree where legendary flying Pokemon gather. And furthermore, these great hulking dot-faced giants that sleep in some ruins or something, etc. See what I mean? This place is just bursting with juicy legends. And we're not stopping until we found just how much truth they've got to them. And there you have it, we are the Peony Exploration Team. And that is our grand, noble, magnificent goal. Of course, if I had my way, I'd be doing this with my darling Nia. But who knows, they say even chancy meetings can lead to blissful friendships. I feel like you just made that up. So here's to a grand adventure, Expedition Chief Ulti. Obviously. Look, what do you think would happen if the two of us went gallivanting off together? My dear Nia could come along for a grand emotional reunion and find this place empty. Just the thought of it, my own darling daughter sitting alone in this room pining for her papa. Nah, my watch. I'd never let that happen, so I'll be the hold down the fort chief. Which means you get the pleasure of being the expedition chief. Which brings me to this. Go on, have it. You got an expedition uniform. And now we are dressed like him. Fits you like a glove. I brought some spare uniforms so my dear Nia would have a few to change into. There's enough to give you one. If you ever need to change or have a kit, by all means, just head to the bedroom back here. I've got some different colored scars in there, so switch it up if you fancy a different style. Have these too. You got Legendary Clue 1. The clue about the King of Bountiful Harvests. The Legendary Tail in Freezington. Supposed to wear a massive crown on its head. You obtain Legendary Clue 2. About the Legend of Giants. Let the Mon Chang one. Wa together, living stall of sna. Let out note whack, iant eel. We re door all be eend. Legendary Clue 3. Clue about the legend of the bird Pokemon. When the sun reaches its zenith, it shines directly down upon a giant tree with leaves that seem to burn. It is there that the legendary wings come to roost. They're the legendary clues I meticulously compiled from hours of dedicated tele-watching. The sacred bonds of Sovereign and Steed. There's a great big statue of it baying in the middle of the village, though its head isn't as massive as in my notes. I'm sure that camera angle means nothing. Let's change back into my usual clothes. And now right here, I changed right in front of him. All set. Time to investigate the legends. And we get a Master Ball. This is supposed to be one ultra mega corker of a ball. Use it wherever you think you ought to. I got it from ages ago from somebody I used to know. Never could bring myself to use it, though. If you ever get a bit turned around, come back to base camp at any time. Let the grand adventure begin. Okay. I'm not going to do the obvious thing that the camera angles were trying to get me to do. Instead, I will walk out here and activate another cutscene. Because it wants to show us trees. And even more trees. And a temple surrounded by trees. And even more trees. And us in a town surrounded by trees. And a statue without any trees. Alright, and this is the cutscene I thought was about to play. Because look! Footprints! And we walk forward, and another cutscene! What is this, Gen 7? Yes, there they are! Hi, Sonia. These are exactly what I was looking for. I knew my hypothesis was spot on. Hi. Are you having me on? This freezing place? Hardly the kind of locale I'd pick to go exploring. As she says, exploring. She's stuck in the Crown Tundra trying to learn more about a group of Pokémon. There's some Pokémon that prefer places where there are no people, you see? Pokémon that choose to live in isolation. They're called introverts. The Crown Tundra here is just the place for that sort of Pokémon. My theory is correct, and then I think a certain trio of legendary Pokémon could be lurking somewhere in these lands. I'm sure my theory is not wrong. If you want some proof, then look here. See those footprints? You found evidence of the Iron Will Pokémon. That's 2% of the data needed to track it. My theory is the legendary Iron Will Pokémon, Cavern Pokémon, and Grassland Pokémon are all somewhere out here in the Crown Tundra. And there's evidence like this scattered all over the place that'll lead us to them. We could find more evidence and collect 100% of the data needed to track these legendary Pokémon, then I bet we could use my Pokémon Finder to find out what habitats they're living in. This place is wicked cold and is putting me in hibernation mode. If you're planning to stick around here for a while, think you can find more evidence? This is basically the Crown Tundra version of the Diglett quest. And now that that's activated, we're finally free to not be bogged down by cutscenes. So, yes. Should I end the episode? I probably should. I'm gonna look at the map real quick. Okay, so I think there's one thing I can do in all this still. If I want to. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do one last thing before I end the episode. I don't know, I did kind of go on that really annoying rant. I don't know if I want to have, like, too much in this episode. Because I just lost my cool. Which I kind of realized in the moment, but it's just like, I don't know. It was an exaggerated dislike, but I still don't really like having my time wasted like that. Like, at the very least, I could have been like, oh, I'll at least get a Suicune from this, and then it's just all the bullshit of, like... And it kind of reminded me of all the other times that that exact sort of thing had happened, the previous times I tried to do raid battles, and, you know, that doesn't feel good. It just reminds me of, like, why I think that the raid battles are awful and stupid. Because I play this game as a single-player game, and they're multiplayer experiences that don't work. And they feel pretty much, like, intentional that they don't work, is the thing. Like, the vibe of them is that there's meant to be multiplayer experiences, so, like, it feels intentional that they don't work as single-player experiences. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of a conspiracy theory thing. Maybe it's just they don't think about it for the frustrations. It's weird, because, like, I did get the Suicune when I played this earlier. Why are you not giving me the thing? I did get the Suicune, so it's possible. It's not like it's impossible. I just got really shitty luck with, like, my AI partners this time around. They were completely useless. And the Quagsire I had didn't help. He wasn't really designed to get a Suicune. And if I could have Toxic'd it, you know, it would have been fine, but it could just delete Toxic from itself because of bullshit. So, I don't know. But everything else has been going wrong, not even just today, but like this entire week has been like extremely rough and frustrating and depressing and lonely and boring and annoying and everything's going wrong. And so, and it doesn't help that I'm getting to I was dealing with the worst parts of Pokemon Sword and Shield in these past few recording sessions. So, not like this game's been fun. But, whatever, I'm finally past all that bullshit, and I have things I can actually look forward to now. So, that's nice. That's fun. There are things I have to look forward to again. I got past the Dynamax adventures. I don't have to do a single one ever again. I'm done with Dynamax raids. They're done. They're done. They're over. I'm never doing them ever again until Scarlet and Violet makes me do its even worse versions of those. So, I have that to look forward to in a year. But I'm done with that. I'm done with the shitty writing. I'm done with Swordward and Shieldbird. I'm done with Chairman Rose. I'm done with all of it. I can move on to better things in this game. And maybe not end on the worst sour note of all time. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon Sword. See ya then.